Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, with another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode we are playing our final video with the Jund ramp deck. For the first game of the day we're playing the Adakar Theory, so who's rank 22. We're at rank 29 at the moment because I decided to play a game of Magic last night, and basically what happened is that I lost it because I got mana screwed out of black mana. I didn't find any way of mana fixing black mana until I was at like 4 health, and then I was just burnt down very quickly right at the very end, so I was not best pleased. So yeah, and then basically the servers went down after that, which then meant that I was then unable to what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I was unable to carry on playing. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So do we go for I think maybe just a green source with the Evolving Wilds? Yeah, we'll grab an extra green source just to be on the safe side. That's black source, we don't want that. We've got the extra red source with the natural connection, which is quite nice. So we've got something for exquisite firecraft. We've got the radiant flames in play, ready to go, which is quite nice. We've got one of our sweepers. Just gonna take a sip of tea. I had a massive headache when I came in from work, so I kind of need it. Just letting it cool down. Being very British with my cup of tea. So I'd say, why wouldn't he swing with the Sunblade Elf? Don't know what kind of deck this guy's playing at the moment. Only seen green cards. Got a Rogue's Passage, so maybe some kind of ramp, or I don't know. He's playing Sunblade Elf, so who knows. Excellent. We've got Monvuli Acid Moss for next turn, so we're going to play the Mountain, and then we're just going to Natural Connection and find ourselves a second red source so we can Exquisite Firecraft, I think. There we go. So it's a good job we got that green source from the Evolving Wilds. It just means we can now Monvuli Acid Moss next turn with the Woodland Cemetery. Okay, so he's got a white source in play, and he's also Nimbus Wings, so that's going to go up to a 3/4. So we might just want to Exquisite Firecraft that next turn instead of Monvuli Acid Mossing, as that is going to be pretty dangerous. Looks like we're playing maybe, I don't know, some kind of white-green Auras deck. I have no idea. Maybe Renown? Who knows? He's got a 3/4 flying Sunblade Elf. Who knows? Okay, so probably just do Evolving Wilds this turn, and then Exquisite Firecraft you. And then we'll probably find a third black source in case we happen to find our Erebos' Titan. Yeah, that's the card I'm looking for. That is the card I am looking for. Yeah, we've got Monvuli Acid Moss next turn, so we can take out either one of these. Probably the white source, to be fair. Okay, so he's Monvuli Acid Mossing me. No, he's not. Okay. So maybe I want to take out one of his green sources next turn then, just so he can't Monvuli Acid me. Because if he would take out my green source there, we'd be okay actually, because we've got the Woodland Cemetery and the Evolving Wilds to come, so he is Acid Mossing... what? Whatever he Acid Mosses, I'm just going to replace with the Evolving Wilds anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Come on, mate. Hurry up and make up your mind. If you get Acid Moss me, just Acid Moss me. I'm just going to Acid Moss you back anyway, so he's going to Acid Moss my green source. So yeah, we're just going to pop Evolving Wilds and grab another green source. There we go. So you get Acid Moss. He gets a green source, but we're probably going to Acid Moss his white source, so he doesn't have any white mana in play, which could be kind of hilarious. Okay, so we've got a Zendikar Incarnate, so you're going to be coming down next turn. We're going to Acid Moss you back, destroy your planes. We'll grab a Cinderglade. Very nice. So yeah, Zendikar Incarnate is looking pretty beefy at this point as a 6/4. We've got a Read the Bones to search up as well. So yeah, we got rid of his only white source, which I think is fairly appropriate, so he's left with just green sources. So if you plan to do anything with that white mana this turn, he now can't. As for Acid Mossing me, I'm just going to Acid Moss you back. Okay, now he's got another Acid Moss. Okay, kind of seems a little bit unnecessary, so he gets rid of my second green source, but at this point, unless I find an Omnath, I don't think I really need the second green source right now. So we're just going to play out Zendikar Incarnate. We've got a Chandler's Ignition, which is awesome. We've got plenty of red sources for that, so he's double mossed me, but he's only got green mana still, so unless he finds a white mana, he can't play any of his white spells. Okay, so he's found a white source now. That's nice for him. And he's found a Rock Maulers, so maybe it's time to Chandler's Ignition here. This is a fairly beefy card, which we're gonna have to deal with at some point anyway. So yeah, I was gonna Chandler's Ignition. Means we swing for 10 this turn. We will deal 10 damage this turn. Oopsie daisy, come on, we want to do that. We're gonna have to read the bones next turn, I think, because we're just running out of cards. So we need something. How much mana we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've only gotten 5 because we've obviously been acid mossed twice. Should be on 7, but it's not the end of the world. That would have done even more damage to his face there if we'd had those 2 additional lands, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so he's found a Primal Hunt Beast. We could Radiant Flames that, potentially, and he's also going to Grasp of the Hieromancer it, so goes to a 4/4. Okay, so we've got Gatecreeper Vine, so probably just going to play you out, find a second black source maybe? Or second green source. No, second black source, just in case we happen to find a Languish with the Read the Bones. We don't really want either of these. I'll take one of them though. I might take the Evolving Wilds and then see what else we get. Okay, we get a Woodland Wanderer, which is a good card. It's going to skip attack there. As well, I suppose I could have swung there. Might have forced him to block, but he's just going to tap down my Zendikar Incarnate this turn, which I'd completely forgotten about because of the Grasp of the Hieromancer. It can also make it unblockable as well with the Rogue's Passage. How much is that? That 4 mana to make it unblockable? So we can't actually deal with the 4/4 with the Radiant Flames, unfortunately, but that's fine. So he's not going to swing. Okay, interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, we've got another Read the Bones, so he's going to play out Evolving Wilds. We'll swing with the Zendikar Incarnate and see if he blocks. Because I said I've got the Woodland Wanderer to replace it anyway, so see what he does here. What's he going to do? Is he going to block, or is he going to let it go through? Shame Radiant Flames doesn't deal damage to players as well. Okay, so he's going to block with the 4/4. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. So we just dropped the Woodland Wanderer. So Daisy. Just got a message through my phone, so to make sure it wasn't the wife and it's something important. Yeah, it was the wife, but she's just responding to a text I sent earlier, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I thought this game was lost pretty quickly early on, but it looks like we managed to stabilise out. You know, we had plenty of removal, mass removal, Chandler's Ignitions, Exquisite Firecraft, all that fun stuff. Traded some Acid Mosses. Okay, we've got Valorant Wardens. Yeah, this is a really eclectic deck, like really eclectic. Not entirely sure what he was doing with it at all. So let's just pop you for a green source maybe? Doesn't really matter at this point. See what we draw. Might just Read the Bones this turn anyway, see what we get. We get a Rootbound Crag, so not particularly useful. See what we find. Might just Radiant Flames his 1/3 away. We're going to keep Omnath, and we're actually going to keep the Smouldering Marsh, just because it basically allows us to actually 100% trigger a landfall next turn. So yeah, let's just Radiant Flames here. Sweep away his Valorant Wardens. What's he going to do? Is he just being a troll at this point because he knows he's lost? Because I don't like it when people do this. No, he's going to Wild Size. Okay, so that goes up to a 3/5. So let's attack anyway. Force him to. We get Vigilance. So if he doesn't block, then we've got to block it next turn. Assuming he might block, yeah, he's going to block. So we've got Omnath next turn. Oh, that's got Trample as well, hasn't it? Fantastic. So we did push through a little bit of damage there. So he's down to 7 at this point. still in a good position. We've got card draw, we've got a big creature and the ability to trigger its landfall. So he might have Thopters here. He's going to pop it this turn. No, he's not. Okay, we've got a Cinderglade, which is nice. So he's going to pop Omnath here. Drop one of these 2 lands. He can't have a counter because he's green and white. So I don't know what he's waiting for. He's either reading it or just being annoying. My guess is annoying. Yes. Now he's dropped the Smouldering Marsh. There we go. So we've got 2 5/5s on the battlefield now. Yeah, I think at this point he's just being a troll. Just like pausing the timer arbitrarily because he knows he's lost. Okay, so he's actually going for his Thopters, which does make more sense. So he does have 2 damage in the air. Don't know if he's got any way of pumping these up at all. You'd have to have some pretty serious pump up, so he's swinging with just the Thopter. So we lose 1 health here. So we're going to draw something good, please. Rootbound Crag is not good enough, so we're just going to pop another Wreathed Bones. We're going to find Oblivion Sower is good. Woodland Wanderer not so much. And we've also found Obnixilis, so this is actually game over because we can play you out, destroy his Thopter, and then swing for lethal. So that was actually worth not keeping the... what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it was worth not keeping the other card, the what's it called? The Woodland Wanderer. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, we're just going to swing for lethal with the two elementals. Yeah, this guy is still okay. So he's Celestial Flaring. You know what? I don't actually care because we still get to push through the lethal damage anyway. So too little, too late, mate. Boom. Get win for game number 1. Very slow game, but a win nonetheless. So I'll see you in a sec for game number 2. Okay guys, here we are for game number 2. We're playing the Truly Noob. So I got my words mixed up by looking at his name while also trying to speak. So yeah, I think we can actually keep this hand because we've got the Natural Connection, the Cinderglade and 2 swamps. So yeah, we're going to keep this hand. Do I go for a 3rd black mana with the Natural Connection? No, I kind of need a 2nd green source for Monvuli Acid Moss. Unless we like find one, I will probably go for a 2nd green source. So nothing on turn 2 for us. 2 Exquisite Firecraft, so we could really do with a red source ideally at some point. We're not in a hurry though. Okay, so we've got red black so far. So he's played out a Majoring Bully. Interesting. I'm expecting to see that kind of card in a red black deck. So we're going to play out you, and then we're going to hit up Natural Connection, find that 2nd green source, so we can start mossing him. Might want to play Woodland Wanderer next turn first, depending on what he plays this turn. For example, we might get rid of his black source if he plays out a 2nd red, which he did. And he's going to play out Girpa Gearcrafter, so we really could do with finding one of our sweepers, ideally. So we're going to swing with the 2/2. We're going to take 2 damage. It would be nice if we found a Radiant Flames next turn, because I'd be tempted to play that or Languish. Basically, any one of our sweepers would be quite nice here. So I think I'm going to play out Woodland Wanderer here, just so we've actually got a blocker. As much as I'd like to Acid Moss him this turn, I can't actually afford to keep taking like huge hits that he's dealing out here. So we'll just moss him next turn. Okay, so he's found a 2nd black source. Thought he might have one up his sleeve somewhere. So he's got to swing with the 2/2, which we're just going to block. Guessing he might have some way of pumping this up. Yeah, he's got a Twin Bolt. So that goes up to a 3/3. So we trade, which is what I was expecting. So it's not too bad. I mean, Prowess is pretty terrifying. At least these 2 can't go any higher. Okay, so we find a red source here, which is good. I'm just going to Acid Moss down his Guild Gate. Find a Cinderglade. There we go. So we can't yet play Erebos' Titan, unfortunately. We do have 2 Exquisite Firecraft, so if we can, you know, take him down to 12 health, we know, or down to 8 health, we know we can basically just finish him off that way. I could really do one of my sweepers now. I mean, we're about to take 5 damage here, so I may have to read the bones and look for something like a Radiant Flames, or even just a Rolling Thunder would do, actually, just because they're both 1 health minions. Okay, we found a Coom Hellkite, so I'm actually tempted just to play that out instead, just because it can actually block the Thopter and survive, so it works out slightly better. I mean, I could have like Exquisite Firecrafted down the Thopter, could have also worked. I'm still hoping to find one of my sweepers though. Would be nice. Radiant Flames is the better of the options here, mostly because otherwise it will kill a Coom Hellkite. Could also do with just some mana really, because we can use this to dish out damage, so next turn we're definitely going to be reading the bones. I'd even be tempted to let the... I'm kind of tempted to let that go through, but at the same time I really need to block one of these two. Probably the 2-1, just because he can still use the Inferno Fist. Oh my god, Titan Strength. That's pretty terrifying. Wow. Yeah, that's very terrifying, in fact. So, do I block one of these two with the Akoum Hellkite? Because he can kill it with the Inferno Fist, basically. I'm going to have to basically block you. I can't take that much damage. So I'm guessing he's going to pop the Inferno... I'd wait until your damage goes through before popping Inferno Fist. So yeah, we had to do that. He was going to die anyway, I think. We're going to find Rootbound Crag is okay. I'm going to read the bones first though, just in case. We can still Exquisite Firecraft for that. So Languish we definitely want. Nissa do we want? Yeah, we'll take both of these, and then we'll just play out Rootbound Crag, and then we're just going to Exquisite Firecraft you. So he's going to push through that 2 damage. I'm assuming. Yeah, he's gonna nuke me for 2. We're gonna go down to 6. We do have a Languish to sweep away anything that he might play out this turn, which is nice. Or another Exquisite Firecraft to burn down a creature. So he's got a mana and he's got an Avaricious Dragon, so we're just going to Exquisite Firecraft that as a lone creature. So he's basically going to get rid of whatever this is, and he's not going to have a creature left, which is a Fiery Impulse. Okay, so we've potentially almost stabilised out here. So he's going to burn you. This we can use to find ourselves a Black Source, which is awesome. So we can actually finally play out Erebos' Titan. So we'll grab you and then Evolving Wilds, which will flip Nissa. There we go, and then we're just going to draw a card, which is a mana, so mana goes in play. So we're not doing too badly at the moment. We've stabilised out. We took a lot of damage, but you can sometimes expect... Okay, so yeah, Languish is pretty much ideal here. So we're just going to pop you, grab that 3rd Black Source, and then just Languish these 2 cards. It would also be nice if we just, you know, top decked an Ulamog. Radiant Flames works out better, because that way... Oh, and I still can't play out Erebos' Titan. Actually, let's +1 Nissa first, because we might find... I was hoping we were going to find a Black Source that we can put there, but unfortunately I think we are going to have to Radiant Flames this turn, which is just going to wipe you out. Maybe we should have Languished. I don't know. Languish is a little bit more niche. We're actually getting to the point where we might actually get to the point where we could actually use Nissa's ultimate, which is kind of crazy. I'm just going to sacrifice our own Evolving Wilds. What do we get at this point? Red Source. We've got all our Black Sources, all our single Black Sources down. So he's played out nothing, so we can now play out Erebos' Titan, which is quite nice. So we do finally have a threat of our own down. Let's play Erebos' Titan. Gatecreeper Vine will play just to thin the deck down. Don't know, we'll just grab whatever's going. Another red source maybe. And then we're just going to +1 Nissa. And we get another mana in play. Okay, kind of crazy. So we've got like most of our mana out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we've got 13 mana in play. We've got the board presence now, which is nice. Oh wow, we've got Omnath. Awesome. We're just going to swing with the Erebos' Titan, play Omnath, +1 Nissa. Both of these survive Languish, which is quite nice. If that is a mana that we find, we do actually get to... Oh wow, we even get ourselves an Elemental as well, just for bonuses. Look at that, beautiful. So what looked like I was definitely going to win this game, lose this game, sorry, has gone into a very winnable position very, very quickly. We've actually got lethal on the board, yeah. That must be lethal. Yeah, he's got nothing by the looks of things. What are we going to find? We're just going to swing for lethal here. For the 15 damage, we've got exactly lethal. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Cool. I think I might do a third game quick. Okay guys, here we are for game number 3. We're playing the rank 38 Angstrom. I believe that was Angstrom. Can't keep this hand. Gonna have to keep this one though. We'll start off with the Evolving Wilds though. Yeah, we're playing Angstrom, yeah. Scientific measurement. It's like a measurement between atoms and stuff like that. Just a very small, basically a very small unit of measurement. So we're gonna pop Evolving Wilds, grab a black source by the looks of things. Get a second black source underway already. Then maybe drop the forest here. Oh, very nice Radiant Flames. We've got 2 sweepers already and a ramp card, so we're in a not a bad place right now. Just need to find a threat. Would be useful. If this is Thopters, Radiant Flames is fantastic as we are playing blue. Just blue at the moment. Just blue. Abadie. Don't know how many of my audience are old enough to remember that song, but so we do have Sigil Starfish. Maybe looking at some kind of control deck. We'll play our Natural Connection here. I think I might grab another black source. Is that greedy? Yeah, we'll grab another black source just because, you know, black is very, very useful. I haven't actually played any red out yet, which is interesting. So this guy doesn't know that we're playing any red in here. Splashed any red in, so he doesn't know about the sweepers, which is good. Might have to Radiant Flames next turn just because Jessian Thief is a bit of a threat. Not a big threat though. Okay, this is starting to get problematic. We've got lots of mana, but not much else. Thankfully, Jessian Thief isn't exactly the strongest of creatures on its own, so I don't have to worry about Radiant Flames in quite yet, I think. Really could do with one of our threats instead of just flooding out here though. So he's obviously going to swing with the Jessian Thief. He gets to draw a card because of it. That's possibly me being too greedy with the Radiant Flames, but I don't really want to just sweep away 2 creatures. It's tempting with the Sigil Starfish though, just to get rid of it. He's here scrying every turn for something useful. Gatecreeper Vine is not that useful, I'm going to be honest. We're going to play it just to thin the deck down. But I think we are going to have to Radiant Flames. If we don't find anything else soon, we are just going to Radiant Flames anyway. Just because we've got nothing else to do next turn otherwise. So he's going to scry again. Gets to decide whether or not he actually wants to keep that card. Yeah, so I don't know how many of you have seen, but they've actually announced release dates for Shadows of Innistrad and Oath of the Gatewatch. It's going to be dropping on the 6th of April, so we're looking at just 2 more deck techs with the current set of cards, after which I will probably purchase the entirety of the... what's the one I'm looking for? I'll probably purchase the entirety of the Shadows of Innistrad block, and then start to work towards unlocking the Oath of the Gatewatch later on, maybe, just because I like the apparently there's werewolves in Shadows over Innistrad, and there's also some cool planeswalkers, stuff like that. So at least prevented Jessian Thief from drawing him a card there, which is quite nice. It's also going to Rogue's Passage, so we can guaranteed push through damage. We're going to get, ooh, Languish. That is good, because that now basically means that we can use Radiant Flames without having to care too much about wasting a sweeper. So I'm fairly sure... Oh my god, I've just realised Rogue's Passage is a mana. Oh, this is going to get countered, isn't it? Oh no, hang on. We can pay mana. We can pay 3. There we go. Which will kill the Sigil Starfish, so, but it won't unfortunately kill Jessian Thief. So maybe it would have been better to have played out Languish, just because that would have guaranteed to have killed it. Didn't really think of that though. I completely forgotten that obviously Rogue's Passage is a mana, because you very rarely see it nowadays. It used to be more commonly used when the Eldrazi were less around, less sweepers, stuff like that. But yeah, it still does make an appearance occasionally. I've completely forgotten about it, so that's completely my fault. Still in this, providing we can find one of our threats ASAP, would be quite nice. We've still got Languish to keep us in here in case he plays anything else out, but he's got a lot of cards in hand, and he's not doing a lot with it. So he's playing an Evolving Wilds. Thin his deck down, I'm assuming, as we're just seeing mono blue at the moment. Yep, just mono blue. And then we've got another Sigil Starfish. So, I mean, we could try sweeping him again. Okay, we've got to read the bones. So, I'm going to use this just because, you know, I'd rather not use Language if I don't have to. We'll take the Exquisite Firecraft, and we will take the From Beyond, actually. Play this out now. And then potentially just, like, burn this down next turn, maybe, with the Exquisite Firecraft. How much mana we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the From Beyond. So we could actually look for Ulamog, potentially. Which is kind of crazy, but... so we're going to go down to 15 here. Don't really want to search up Ulamog just yet. I'd rather draw out maybe 1 or 2 more of his counters first. And he's got Disciple of the Ring, so yeah, we definitely want to Languish this turn. Languish is, like, no question. He's not got enough mana to counter, so I don't have to worry about it. So we just go Forest, Languish. So yeah, I don't think he can counter, because he's, like I said, he's only got 2 mana, and all the counters which can counter anything but instants are 3 mana or more, just because we know that. So he's actually going to Disciple of the Ring. So can he counter it? Unless it's counter target non-creature spell unless its owner pays 2. Well, we can do that. We can do that twice. So okay, so that's interesting. So actually, so instead of actually countering it, he decided to just buff up his Disciple of the Ring. So we're just going to Exquisite Firecraft for that. You can't do anything. I suppose he could counter this one, although it is uncounterable because we've got more than one. We've got 2 instants or sorceries in our graveyard, so he's going to play the Gatecreeper Vine now. I really want to get rid of that Disciple of the Ring just because it could be really quite annoying if we leave it around. So, how much mana we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we do have enough for Ulamog now. Although I'm still worried about counter, so I don't really want to do it if I don't have to. Okay, so he's going to play Telling Time. So that either means that he doesn't have any threats or he doesn't have any counter left and he's worried about a potential Ulamog. Okay, so he's got another Jessian Thief. It's interesting. Still got 3 mana open, so we know he can potentially counter. Annoyingly. So we're going to get ourselves a little token and an Acid Moss. Okay, so just going to Acid Moss you. Could have Acid Mossed, I don't know, maybe the Foundry of the Consoles, but... So we could potentially search up for Ulamog, but don't think it would go anywhere. Let's see what he does first. Like, if he kind of like taps out like tons of mana, I will search up Ulamog. And then just go ham hog wild with it, but depends what he does this turn, how much mana he decides to tap out. So he knows I can search it up. Okay, he's played Skyline Cascade, so that would remain tapped down if it was tapped, which it is not. And he's got Talent of the Telepath, so he has now played out. So he's going to mill me for 7 essentially. What's he going to get rid of? Oblivion Sower's gone, and he's going to play a Read the Bones. Which basically then means that he is... so what did he get rid of? He got rid of Nissa, Oblivion Sower and a Woodland Wanderer. So nothing too much like the end of the world. I'm assuming he can now swing with the 3/5. And yeah, we're just going to block with the... what's it called? Eldrazi Scion. Stop him drawing that extra card. Is he going to draw anything? No, we're going to search for Ulamog. Just to show him that we've got it. Just so he can't mill us down again and get rid of it. So we're actually going to play Omnath here. Draw out a counter. Which he did not. Okay. That's fine. We've got Chandler's Ignition then. So maybe he didn't have a counter. Maybe we could have actually played Ulamog. Or maybe he's saving it for Ulamog. Now he knows that we have it. It's interesting. I don't know what he actually had though. So he's got Anchored to the Ether my Omnath. So we get that back next turn. It's annoying. We can do one more mana, I think, to play Omnath and Chandler's Ignition on one turn, but not the end of the world. So he's going to swing with Jesse and Thief, which we're going to block with Gatecreeper Vine. Come on. There we go. So I'm almost tempted to play out Ulamog just so I can actually get rid of, like, say, for example, these 2 cards. It may go to the graveyard, but at least it would serve a purpose. Now I'm going to play out Omnath again. This is where he has like another Anchor to the Ether, which would be very, very frustrating. Sorry about that, guys. Just taking a sip of tea. Oh, he's going to tap down my Omnath. Interesting. Well, if he does have a counter, we are going to play Chandler's Ignition next turn to try and draw it out. So he's going to swing with the 1/3, push 3/1 damage and draw a card. So I don't know what he's got in hand. These 2 cards are a mystery. Are they counter or are they something else? Okay, we've got a Languish here. So we've got 2 chances, I think, to potentially... So we do have Languish afterwards. So if he does have a counter, for example, we're going to be able to draw it out. So he's going to tap down the Sigil Starfish. Is he going to get anything, or is this going to go through? Okay, that went through. Awesome. So we've just wiped his board away. We have a Languish as well, so we've got a second board sweep to follow up with if we need to. So this is almost telling me that he has no counter, because if he had a counter there, I would have assumed that... what's the word I'm looking for? That he would have actually countered that there, unless he's literally just saving it for Ulamog. Oh wow, yeah, we've got Evolving Wilds. Awesome. Play you out. Get ourselves the token. We'll swing with Omnath. See what he does. So I thought I was going to lose this. Again, this is one of those games where I'm like, I thought I was going to lose it, but then just because we've got the sheer amount of sweepers in this deck, and just a number of options. So he's going to pop the Thopters here. So he's going to block. So we're just going to Ulamog here now because we know it's not quite safe actually. So I think we're just going to... Oh no, we can't Languish either. That's a shame. I'm gonna try it. So to destroy you and destroy you. So this is where he's finally going to pop the counter. Calculated dismissal. Yep, I was expecting this. So it went through eventually. It still destroys these 2 creatures. Still destroys these 2. So So I was expecting him to have held open that counter for a long time, but I almost rather want Omnath around rather than Ulamog, just because this guy, these are crazy, these two anyway. So Talent of the Telepath, so he's going to mill me again. Sacrifice Evolving Wilds. Doesn't really matter at this point, we've got most of our mana out. So we get another Elemental, so we're up to 15 here. So we lose Rolling Thunder, Zendikar Incarnate. Nothing really too bad there. I mean, he can Natural Connection or Rolling Thunder maybe, but nothing really too frightening. Yeah, he can read the bones and Natural Connection, so he loses 2 health, 2 life. And then he gets to put a mana in play as well. But unless he's got a creature which he can play, he's basically dead. Okay, so he's got Will Breaker, so we're just going to Languish you. Yeah, you will die to Languish. Although these guys won't then be able to push through lethal this turn. Do I just swing? Maybe we just swing. There we go. He's got to block, because otherwise he's dead. There we go. So we push through 10 damage. Oh, actually, watch this, guys. We have got lethal. Languish my own things, because that way we can then push the last point of damage through with the Elemental. Whew! Don't believe we actually came out of that in front. That was a very satisfying win there. Okay, up to rank 32, sacrifice 20 permanents. Ooh, even completed a quest as well, very nice. Okay guys, so that is the end of the episode for now. Still don't know what I'm doing for Friday in terms of the next deck. I'll have to brainstorm something between now and then. But yeah, this is the end of the episode for now. As always guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.